Hi everybody, this is Nikki and I'm here to do the third part of the Afrezza video. I'm just going to try to get this done. Ignore that. This is another video that is personal experience, personal opinion, no medical advice whatsoever. And again, it's very specific stuff about what I found to be true on Afrezza. But knowing the chances that my diabetes are the same as yours, if you even have it, if you're not someone who's just watching this for fun, you know, that's why you can't really, you have to be careful and not take any of this too seriously because it might not apply to you. Okay, my brain is still wishy-washy, but I'm here to do overall ease of use for Afrezza, and I'd like this to be done. 1 minute in. Okay. Overall ease of use. I'm thinking with my insulin, you know, my vials, my syringes, my alcohol wipes when I'm being smart. I mean, the stuff that you need, right? Like if you need pen needles or you need batteries for your pump or your charger or whatever it is. When it comes to Afrezza, I should have had this. Okay, so I need a cartridge. I need my purse not to be stuck. I need my inhaler, and I need a cartridge. All right, if you're like, oh my God, and hanging up the phone right now, do know that you're laughing off a diabetic who's not able to open her cartridges because she's low. And that's how it goes. But it's a small cartridge, and I actually do think I have one of them in here. Of course I don't. Okay, so it's a small cartridge. I need my inhaler. I pop it into my inhaler, and that's what I need. I put it in there, I take this off, and I inhale. That's really pretty nice when it comes to overall ease of use. I swap out my inhalation device, which is this. I swap that out every 2 weeks or so, so that I don't use a clogged one. I will say that I have gotten some little pipe cleaners. I've gotten some dental picks. I have tried to kind of clean them out on my own. And I'm not really sure why I'm doing all that, because so far, one call into Mankind and they sent me, you know, 5 inhalers or devices free of charge. And also down at my doctor's office, they gave me a bunch of samples free of charge. So far I haven't, and plus 2 of these come with every prescription I pick up. I mean, they seem to be, you know, they're aplenty. So there's really no reason for me to be doing this thing where I'm trying to clean them. When in reality, if I get something that has a little bit of kind of packed powder in there and it all hits me at once, I might be getting too much of a dose or too little of a dose if I can't get it because it's clogged. So in reality, there's no reason to be doing it. So I'm talking about this because I'm talking about ease of use. And I'm saying it really has been so far very easy to get plenty of inhalers, and I can swap them out every 2 weeks without needing to clean or ever worry about them. Okay. As far as actual use, easy peasy, don't overthink it. You choose the cartridge, pop it in. I did not do a good job of showing how easy that was. It's pretty much a no-brainer most of the time. It was not right there. I do not have to crunch numbers or load a syringe or fill a reservoir. I have used it in the middle of the night and rolled back over and gone right back to sleep again. I mean, it's there. I've used it in the car, you know, responsibly and safely, but it's a lot easier than trying to, you know, to fill a syringe or to dial up a pen or whatever. I've used it in my child's cafeteria, which I'm not so sure I'll do again because of the couple of children who look like they, you know, had seen something they shouldn't have seen. But really, it's easy and it's convenient, and I like the fact that I can use it anytime, anywhere. Its biggest form of convenience, however, comes as a result of its fast onset of action. I've already talked about it. I won't talk about it again, but I will say that in general, I do not need to pre-bolus. That by itself is just really nice. If I want to eat, I can just inhale, you know, a cartridge and eat. And rather than go, okay, you know, if I'm sitting at a restaurant, if I do my bolus right now, you know, did I give myself enough time? Am I going to crash before the food, you know, whatever it is. It's like I can just go ahead and do it. And that really is convenient. And that's kind of that nice quality of life stuff that you hear, you know, diabetics talk about. Okay. I feel like there should be more about that, but I'm not going to. Okay. So shelf stability, storage, and expiration. These are numbers, but they're only numbers because I have to share what is available in the literature and what's the proper and safe handling and everything according to mankind. But when it gets to what Afrezza, how hardy Afrezza is, that's the part where there are no numbers because I did it all wrong and my Afrezza was great. So I'll start off by saying, okay, when it comes to shelf stability, storage, and expiration, insulin in general should be kept refrigerated. Afrezza in general should also be kept refrigerated. Insulin in general can be stored outside of the refrigerator and continue to be usable and effective. Extreme temperatures obviously are a different story. Afrezza in general also can be stored outside of the refrigerator and continue to be usable and effective. Again, extreme temperatures, you know, are a different story. I wanted to start with that information because the rest of it is pretty thick, intense, and a wee bit unnecessary. But that's only what I found in my case. So it's the right thing to share the actual information before I get to my slippery ways. Actual recommended storage and expiration information. Okay, so here we go. Afrezza is good for 1 year if stored properly. A foiled package, if unopened, I'll stop joking about it. If unopened, is good in the refrigerator. It was good in the refrigerator for 30 days. Outside the fridge, 10 or 15 days. So even if this is unopened, if it's been stored outside of the fridge, it's only good for 10 or 15 days. True for the blister cards as well. I got it open, kind of. This should not, I mean, at first I should have opened it already, and this really shouldn't be this tricky. But this is my diabetes, when I become completely useless. Okay. So if these things are not stored in the refrigerator, supposedly they're only good for 10 or 15 days. It says true for the blister cards as well. And here is a blister card. And then once something is stored outside of the refrigerator, it's not recommended to store it inside of the refrigerator. The recommendation is that once you're ready to use a cartridge, one of these cartridges, you should pull it out of the refrigerator 10 minutes prior to use. And that's supposed to be for clumping. And all of this makes Afrezza sound really needy and fragile. Also, this is I think this is a blister card. And I think, this is a strip. And once the strip is open, supposedly these inside are only good for 3 days. So that was confusing, but I wanted to share the fact that there are a lot of very specific storage instructions. However, when I got my very first sample, my entire box was 8 months expired. I got it, I put it on top of my dresser. I didn't even look at it for a couple of months. And then once I did, I never stored any of it in the refrigerator. And I'm not saying any of these things because I'm encouraging people not to follow the, the safe storage instructions. I'm just saying that just like much of our insulin, it's a lot hardier than what we are told. And that's good. So my point is, Afrezza, when stored outside of the refrigerator for months and months, seemed to work just fine too. Now, with that being said, as soon as I picked up my prescription from Walmart, I did go ahead and put the whole thing into the fridge, and there's no reason for me not to store it in there. But these very specific, about this is only good for 10 days outside of the fridge and everything else, didn't apply to what I was using. So I'm exhausted. I think I have a headache. So I think that's so much for powering through. Okay, I think that's it. So that's about the storage and whatever. and I will come back for the final couple of videos, maybe in 5 minutes, maybe tomorrow. And the reason why is it's down to the stuff that I would prefer not to talk about, but I actually don't think there's a reason not to talk about it. And that is kind of having to do with the coughing and a few of the, some of the information I've learned as far as who should not be taking Afrezza. A lung function test that is recommended that, like, for instance, my doctor did not order for me. Accessibility, price, and this and that. So, 10.5 minutes. I might be back. We'll see. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.